Okay, I can't believe I lost my place, but back at the Dead Sea Scrolls, and this is Abraham here talking. Listen to what he says. He says, now there was a famine in all the land. Again, here we go with famine in all the land. And hearing that there was prosperity in Egypt, you must understand how this is why they ran to Egypt. This is why they knew, this is what they knew about Egypt that today the people don't know. He's put, he have his finger on this place, and he created this land to be a prosperous land. And it says prosperity in Egypt. These people knew that there was prosperity in Egypt, and when times of trouble came, this is what they did. This is, I went. He got up and he went to the land of Egypt. I came near Carmel on the branches of the river, and I crossed the 7 branches of the river. We passed through our land. So we see him passing through his land and entered the land of the sons of Ham, into the land of Egypt. Now let me show you this. Okay, when they came across this is when they came across, he said, here's this branches, and he came across. Once you cross this, you are in the land of Ham. Make sure you understand this. I didn't mention before, all of this is the land of Shem. Remember? From the rivers of Egypt to the great river. So this is something you should know. But once you cross this river, you are in the land of Ham. Most people think all of this is the land of Ham, but it's not. This is the land of Shem here. He used water as boundaries. Man don't use water as boundaries, but the Most High used water as boundary. And who cares what, man says? The Most High knows. Okay, this is the book of Jasher, 55, and I'm going to read 18 and 19, and then I'm going to jump around a little. Okay, it says, and Yahusep and all his people returned afterward home to Egypt, and Yasharal and his sons and all the children of his household came with Yahusep to Egypt. And Yahusep placed them in the best part of Egypt. This is what you must understand. The scripture is saying this over and over. The best part of Egypt. Here is the best part of Egypt, in the land of Goshen. So once again, it's saying the best part of Egypt is in the land of Goshen. Right in here. The best part of Egypt. Funny, we don't know this. Verse 19. And Yahusep said unto his father and to his brother, I will go up and tell Pharaoh, saying, my brethren and my father's household and all belongings to them have come up unto me, and behold, they are in the land of Goshen. Okay, I'm going to skip down. I'm going to skip down to verse 22 and 23. And Pharaoh said unto Yahusep, place your father and your brother in the best part of the land. Withhold not from them all that is good, and cause them to eat the fat of the land. So he's telling them, withhold nothing, cause them to eat the fat of the land. Verse 23. And Yahusep answered, saying, behold, I have stationed them in the land of Goshen, for they are shepherds. Therefore let them remain in Goshen to feed their flocks apart from the Egyptians. So we see where the people are dwelling here. We see where Yasharal and the sons are dwelling. Skipping down to verse 26. And in the 2nd year, in the 130th year of the life of Yasharal, Yahusep maintained his father and his brethren. Okay, he maintained them. Here is Yahusep, this wise man. He was the wisest man on earth at this time. Because this is where the Most High had him. Remember his dream. His brothers, everyone bowed down to him. And this is what happened. And you could see when that famine hit, the people, they were shaken. And they went to Pharaoh. And Pharaoh was like, don't come to me. Go to Joseph. Go to Yahusep. And whatever he say do it. Joseph was in command. Make no mistake about it. In all of his father's household, with bread according to the little ones, all the days of the famines, lacking nothing. So they were sustained. all the days of the famine, and they lack nothing. Again, to now, here we go. Right now, in these end days, end times, right now, there's a famine coming. Now, hear what I'm about to say, and I've said this before, and I will continue to say this. When this famine hit this land, it's going to hit all the whole entire earth. Famine. I went over the scriptures in 2nd Ezra 16. Famine, death, war, nation against nation, people against people. The people your friends, it says your friends will kill you. For those that's going around trying to be amongst the people in the communities, they're your friends, they're your brothers. They're going to kill you. This is what the scripture is saying because of lack of food, lack of bread. There will be no food in the earth except for the wilderness. Now, anyone that have their money in underground bunkers with they done prep, okay, there will be some that make it, but make no mistake about it, there will be no food for years. And this is something you must understand. For years. Okay, and they lack nothing. So the people in the wilderness will not lack anything. Verse 27. And Yahushua gave unto them the best part of the whole land. The best part of Egypt had they all the days of Yahushua. And Yahushua also gave unto them his whole of his father's household. He gave them clothes, garments, year by year. And the sons of Yasharal remained securely in Egypt all the days of their brothers. So they remained secure in Egypt all the days, the remaining of Yahusep's life. Okay, I'm going to jump down to verse 31. And Yahushua took all the silver. Okay, watch this. Watch what happens here. I'm pulling this out because all I'm giving here is milk. So I'm looking for where can I get some meat, and this is what I'm doing right here. And Yahushua took all the silver, okay, the silver and the gold. When the people was coming to get food, they was buying it. Joseph was selling it, and he gathered a tremendous amount of silver and gold. Watch what he did with the silver and gold. He took all the silver and gold that came into his hand, about 72 talents of gold and silver, and also onyx stones and bdelliums in great abundance. And Yahushua went and concealed them in 4 parts. He concealed, look at this. He concealed the gold, the silver, and these stones in 4 parts. And he concealed one part, look, in the wilderness near the sea. Wow. The wilderness near the sea? Why did he do this? Again, this man was he was the wisest man on earth at this time. He concealed some of the gold and silver in the wilderness. This, you wonder where they got the gold and silver to build the kadash things. You wonder where they got all that gold to wrap that, to make that ark. You wonder where they got it from. Here it go, right here. They got it from the wilderness. This was the gold and the silver that Yahushua hid. And in one part of the river of Parath, and the third and the fourth part he concealed in the desert opposite of the wilderness of Persia and Media. So here are different locations, and they was picking this silver up when they went to those locations as they went through the wilderness. Yes, they left Egypt with gold and silver, but not with the amount that they used to make the kadash things. So we see where that silver and gold came from. All right, Psalms 105 and 23. We see here in Psalms 105 and 23, Yasharal also came into Egypt, and Jacob dwelt in the land of Ham. So we understand here, this is something, this is scriptural for the people to come to Egypt. They came. Nothing here, this is all physical. Everything I've been given here is all physical. Yes, there's a spiritual connection, but most people don't get the spiritual connection, and that's the sad part. Now I'm going to go to Moshe. This is Joshua 71 and 1. And here's Moshe. He was 18 years old, and he desired to see his father and mother, and he went to them, to Goshen. And when Moshe had came near to Goshen, he came to the place where the children of Yasharal was engaged in work, and he observed their burdens. And he saw the Egyptians smiting one of his Hebrew brethren. So we see him going and checking on them. Now, this is something here I want to bring out about this. Again, I was looking for, okay, I'm giving all this milk. I have to find some meat somewhere. This is what I'm doing. I'm looking for some meat for you somewhere. And this is for those that already know this stuff. I'm looking for meat for you. I hate giving out this milk. All right, this is the story of how they became slaves in Egypt. It was a very slow process. It took a little over a year. There was a war that broke out between the Egyptians and the Edomites and the Ishmaelites. They were together and they fought against the Egyptians. The children of Yasharal wanted to help. They didn't want them to help. They got their butts tore up, and then they needed the children of Yasharal to help. A few of them came and helped and took and just slaughtered Edom and the Ishmaelites till they had to retreat. And something else happened on the road. Long story short, this king was afraid of the children of Yasharal, and he knew they were mightier than them, and he was scared that they would one day get with the enemy and come against them. So he decided, this was a decisive evil plan that they came up with. Let's give them work. So this was the plan. Let's work them. Let's pay them every day. And they paid them. They worked them. The Egyptians, some Egyptians was with them. They was alongside working with them. And they paid them their daily wages. Okay. As time went by, they pulled Egyptians out and left the Israelites in. And until they pulled all of them out. And then they pulled the money back. They kept taking money away from how much they was paying them until they was getting nothing. And then they sent those same Egyptians that was working beside them, they sent them back to be their taskmasters. Now, Louis, the tribe of Levi, the Most High had to let them know their plan. And they did not work. You wonder how they got the priesthood. You wonder how they got to be the only tribe to carry the Ark of the Covenant. You wonder why. And this is one of the reasons why. They did not go into captivity. And here it is. This is Jasher 65 verse 20. It says, "And when Egypt and all the children of Yasharal heard all that the servants of Pharaoh had spoken, there came from the Egyptians and the children of Israel to build with the servants of Patoch." Now this is another thing I didn't bring out. They want to fortify their walls to make it where as though anyone come against them, they would be able to defend themselves. Pithon and Ramesses, but none of the children of Louis came with their brethren to build. So we see none of the children of Louis came with them when they went to build. In verse 32, "But the children of Louis were not employed in work with their brethren Yasharal from the beginning until the day that they went forth from the land of Egypt." So they didn't work at all. They didn't partake in any of the work at all. Wait a second. Let me go back. Let me go back 20. Well, no, I'll get that in a second. Verse 27, "And the Egyptians did in this manner to the children of Yasharal day by day in order to afflict them." So again, here they go, afflicting them day by day. And as time went on, again, they continued to withdraw the money that they was making. They was pulling money out. And verse 31, "And the children of Yasharal built Pithon and Ramses, and all the children of Yasharal did work, some making bricks and buildings. And the children of Yasharal built and fortified the land of Egypt. So we see them fortifying the land of Egypt with the walls to keep the enemies out.